Apophis 99942. The official story of Apophis 99942 is simple. It states Apophis is a near-Earth asteroid that caused a brief period of concern in December 2004 because initial observations indicated a probability of up to 2.7% that it would hit Earth on April 13, 2029. On average, an asteroid the size of Apophis, around 370 meters, can be expected to impact Earth about every 80,000 years. However, as of June 2017, there were 8 other asteroids with a more notable cumulative Palermo technical impact hazard scale than Apophis. There are 2 possible scenarios that pose a risk of an ELE, extinction-level event, for our species if Earth collides with any asteroid the size and speed of Apophis. If Apophis hits Earth. The first is if an asteroid traveling faster than Earth strikes Earth head-on. In this event, the impacted area would be determined by a combination of the velocity of Earth and that of the asteroid, either adding both together if the asteroid approaches from ahead of us in our orbit, or else by subtracting the lesser from the larger if the asteroid approaches from behind us in our orbital trajectory. If an asteroid the size and speed of Apophis, or any larger or faster, were to collide with planet Earth head-on, the ejecta produced from the collision would be far greater and more dangerous. If Earth hits Apophis. The second is if an asteroid is near the planet Earth and drawn in by the planet's gravity well, or else overtaken in its own orbit by the more massive scale Earth. Then the expected amount of destruction resultant from the collision may be predicted to be less, but the ultimate effect would certainly amount to the same in either case. The question of concern for the safety of Earth from an asteroid impact is answered by the likelihood of any asteroid impact's ability to trigger buried nuclear warheads within its blast radius. Each of our bombs the asteroid can trigger multiplies its destructive capacity. If Apophis and Earth collide. The Sentry Risk Table estimates that Apophis would make atmospheric entry with 750 megatons of kinetic energy. The exact effects of any impact would vary based on the asteroid's composition and the location and angle of impact. Assuming Apophis is a 325-meter wide, 1,066-foot, stony asteroid, if it were to impact into sedimentary rock, Apophis would create a 4.3 kilometer, 14,000-foot impact crater. A deep water impact in the Atlantic or Pacific Oceans would produce an incoherent short-range tsunami with a potential destructive radius, inundation height of over 2 meters, of roughly 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles, for the most of North America, Brazil, and Africa, 3,000 kilometers, 1,900 miles, for Japan, and 4,500 kilometers, 2,800 miles, for some areas in Hawaii. Will Apophis and Earth collide? On April 13, 2029, Apophis will pass Earth within the orbits of geosynchronous communications satellites, but will come no closer than 19,400 miles, 31,200 kilometers, above Earth's surface. During the 2029 approach, Apophis's brightness will peak at magnitude 3.4, with a maximum angular speed of 42 degrees per hour and a maximum apparent angular diameter of around 2 arcseconds. On April 13, 2029, Apophis will become as bright as magnitude 3.4, visible to the naked eye from rural as well as darker suburban areas, visible with binoculars from most locations. This close approach will be visible from Europe, Africa, and Western Asia. The chance that there would be an impact in 2029 was eliminated by December 27, 2004. Additional observations provided improved predictions that eliminated the possibility of an impact on Earth or the Moon in 2029. But during the close approach in 2029, Earth will perturb Apophis from an Aten-class orbit with a semi-major axis of 0.92 AU to an Apollo-class orbit with a semi-major axis of 1.1 AU.